It is time to talk Broncos. We don't want to rub salt in the wound. That's not our goal here, but we do want to break down the game against the Patriots with Broncos Insider Mike Klis to understand what went wrong. Hopefully give you a little bit of clarity and insight into starting off next season strong. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on? Yes, welcome to Klis's Mic Drop. We're coming from you from the Klis Cave here at Pat Bowlen Fieldhouse. It kind of doubles as a broom closet for the Broncos. But we're happy to be here. Just got finished listening to the postseason addresses from head coach Sean Payton and general manager George Payton. Sean spelled with a Y in his name, Payton, and George Payton does not have a Y, so that's the difference in the spelling there. But there was two parts to this. One was looking back at the 2025 season and that 10-7 loss most recently against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. And the one thing looking back was Sean Payton addressed that 4th and 1 decision again, where he bypassed the field goal. They were at the 14-yard line, so it would have been a 32-yard field goal, even shorter than an extra point. Broncos would have gone up 10-0. Instead, he wound up with a pass. It was Stidham intended for R.J. Harvey, who was covered, had no chance. And so the Broncos came away with nothing after a long drive, a second long drive by Jarrett Stidham. Would have put him up 10-0. You saw the way the game played out. That might have been an insurmountable lead at the time. But he went for it, and Sean Payton again said he's more irked by the call he made than the decision itself. I don't think he regretted the decision, although I think so many others do. I thought he should have kicked the field goal at the time. He regretted that he didn't run the ball. He thought he should have ran the ball up the middle or something like that rather than that rollout for Stidham with a backup quarterback. Other news that came out of this, Bo Nix with the surgery. By the way, the main reason why the Broncos didn't beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship was that Bo Nix was hurt. Let's start there and not forget that. I mean, he was the MVP. Whether he got the award or not, he was their most valuable player. And not having him because of the ankle that had surgery a week ago, that was a tough blow for the Broncos to overcome. They were not able to overcome Bo's injury. Sean Payton and George Payton both said that Bo would be back, at least George Payton, almost got all the names. George Payton said that Bo would be back in May. Now, what that looks like, I don't know. From what I understand, he'll be running in March. He'll be able to run in March. I think he'll be very limited in OTAs, but both Sean and George Payton said that he'd be ready to go by training camp. So that's good for 2026. Not that there was ever any doubt. No concern about the fact that Bo's had surgeries 3 times on that ankle. The doctor went in there, found a little bit more that was predisposed condition in his ankle. It's not a matter of if they would have needed surgery or if he would have had an injury. It would have been when. And Bo, got all that cleaned up. And so the past problems he had with the ankle, he got all that cleaned up, and they think he'll be back better than new. Talked about concern about the drops. They are concerned about the drops, but not necessarily are there going to be big changes at the receiver position. Maybe at tight end. Maybe they add another running back. Sean Payton said it's going to be a point of emphasis this offseason to figure out how to get better in the running game. Davis Webb is up for the head coaching job with the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's between, as I understand it, it's between Davis Webb, the Broncos quarterbacks coach, not a coordinator, not a play caller, but a young gun quarterback coach who's been coaching for 3 years, is up for head coach with the Raiders. He's up against Klint Kubiak. And Klint Kubiak was on staffs here, most recently with Nathaniel Hackett. He's been an offensive coordinator. He's the play caller for the Seattle Seahawks. So Klint Kubiak and Davis Webb, it's kind of between those two. A lot of Broncos connections there. as far as who's going to get the Raiders job. Sean Payton was asked about what it would be like if Davis got the job and you had to play him twice in the same division each year. And Sean, with his bravado, said it's going to be a pain in the butt for him. We'll have to keep an eye on Davis Webb. I don't think the Raiders will make the call today. I think they will make the call tomorrow, whether it's Davis Webb or Clint Kubiak. That was the big things that came out of the press conferences from George Payton. A lot of work to be done in the off season. Their free agents that they have to re-sign or let go are John Franklin Myers, defensive lineman, J.K. Dobbins. A lot of people wondering about whether they'll bring the injury-plagued but successful running back back. He's a free agent. Alex Singleton's a big one, and Justin Sternad. They are both unrestricted free agents. Dre Greenlaw is going to be he's got $9 million non-guaranteed, but Sean Payton indicated Greenlaw would be back next year. He also talked about the fact that Greenlaw yesterday said that Sean Payton's practices are much longer and tougher than Kyle Shanahan's in San Francisco. And while Sean said he's not going to back off from callousing these guys, he is going to try to do a better job keeping guys like Cortland Sutton and Dre Greenlaw fresh, giving them the day off on Wednesday. So that's it. The Broncos reached the Final Four in the AFC Championship. We should have Bo Nix back by May, and he'll be ready to go by training camp, and the Broncos try to do it all over again in 2026. And if they make the right moves, maybe they can go one step further to the Super Bowl, and maybe that second step to winning it all. And so that's it for Klis's Mic Drop. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again next week.